Hi everyone, welcome. The new episode of Peter's English podcast has been started. I'm your host Peter. I'm the owner of my Peter's English podcast. And let's start this podcast. But wait, I need something. Yes, people, I need the slogan of Peter's English podcast that I forgot. But here is. Don't worry, everything is great and we can start reading the slogan right now from my phone. Let's start. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone, and it's true. Okay, people, this was my slogan, and we can start with the picture in picture mode episode where I want to chat with the study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot. And let's start. I have to activate study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot, and we can start. I'm streaming and recording on my YouTube channel via OBS Studio, the new live stream. You cannot use anything from my personal life because my personal life doesn't cannot be here. Yes, and I activated uh, study and learn mode on Microsoft Copilot. Let's explain adverbs in English. Okay, people, we can start. Okay, here is F5. Oh, not here, of course. Not here, Peter. Okay, F5. And wait a minute. Okay, now it okay. Look, everything works. No! Wait a minute, I had a little problem with the live stream, but the record is okay. Okay, are we working with an interruption? Yes, I think so. Okay, let's continue. It was a little problem with the live stream, but now with everything okay. Don't worry, people. Recording is okay, and we can do. Peter, you just moved with the internet connection, and that happened. Okay, nothing happened bad and evil. I wanted simply move with my notebook, you know. But okay, Peter wanted something good and it did bad. No. Okay, it has to be funny a little. And let's return. Later, let's return to the episode of everything is working and we can continue. Uh, I'm streaming and recording on my YouTube channel via OBS Studio, the new live stream. You cannot use anything for my personal life. I activated study and learn mode of Microsoft Copilot. Let's explain adverbs in English. Perfect, Peter. Study and learn mode is on. And since you're streaming, we'll keep this clean, structured, and teacher friendly. And don't worry, I won't use anything from your personal life. We're now in pure English lesson mode. Before we start, I need one quick thing. This is part of study mode. What level should I teach at? Oh, wait. Start with the beginner mode. You have to wait. Okay, F5. Here is. We have to wait again. But we have a problem. It doesn't work. Wait a minute. Now it's here. Start with the beginner mode. Great, beginner mode it is. And since you're streaming, I'll keep this clean, simple, and step by step. Study mode means we go slowly, one idea at a time, and I pause so you can think. Adverbs, beginner level. Let's start with the most important idea. Key idea number 1. An adverb describes a verb. A verb is an action: run, speak, eat, sleep. An adverb tells us how, when, and or where the action happens. Example: she speaks slowly. Slowly describes how she speaks. Before we continue, let me check your understanding. Question for you. In the sentence, he runs quickly. Which word is an adverb? Okay, quickly, of course. Quickly. Okay, we can continue with the next step. Excellent, Peter. You identified the adverb correctly. Now we can build the next step of the lesson. Study mode means we go slowly on idea at a time. So here comes the next key idea. Key idea number 2. Many adverbs end in "ly." This is the easiest way for beginners to recognize an adverb. Example: slow, slowly; quick, quickly; careful, carefully; quiet, quietly. These words tell us how the action happens, but not all adverbs end in "ly." We'll get that later. For now, let's practice the simple part. Your turn. Which word is the adverb in this sentence? She sings beautifully. This is easy. Beautifully. Beautifully. Okay, beautifully. We have to wait. And we can F5. Perfect again. Beautifully is the adverb. You're moving through the beginner level exactly the way study mode is designed. One idea, one success, then we build. Let's add the next small piece. Key idea number 3. Adverbs can also describe adjectives and other adverbs. This surprises many beginners, so we'll go slowly. Adverb plus adjective. Very tall, very describes the adjective tall. Adverb plus adverb. Example: really quickly, really describes the adverb quickly. These were adverbs don't tell us how the action happens. They tell us to what degree something is true. Words like very, really, quite, extremely, these are all adverbs too. Let's practice this idea. Your turn. In this phrase, very slowly, which word is the adverb? Slowly. We have to wait. I don't know, but everything is working? Yes, we are streaming online for 8 minutes. I hope we are streaming for 8 minutes or now for 9 minutes. We have to wait. Yeah, okay, we can continue. Slowly. Exactly, slowly is an adverb, but in this phrase we were looking for the adverb that describes the other adverb. That one is very okay. I didn't understand you, but don't worry. This is the moment where most beginners get confused, and that's why we're learning is step by step. Let's slow down and make it super clear. Why very is the adverb we wanted? In the phrase very slowly. Slowly adverb describes the verb. How does the run slowly? Very, adverb. Describe the adverb slowly. How slowly? Very slowly. In this case, slowly describes the verb. Very describes the adverb. Both are adverbs, but they do different jobs. Now let's build the next small step. Key idea 4. Adverbs answer different questions. Adverbs can tell us how, quickly, slow, beautifully, when, now, today, soon, where, here, there, outside, how often, always, never, sometimes. We'll practice each type, but only one at a time. Let's start with the easiest one. Adverbs of manner. How something happens. Examples. She speaks clearly. He drives carefully. They work hard. The dog barked loudly. Your turn. Simple practice. Which word is the adverb in this sentence? They walk quietly. This is so easy. Quietly. Okay, no problem. You have to wait. Okay, we can continue, but I think this is the same. Quietly. Exactly. Quietly is the adverb. You're moving through the beginner level perfectly, Peter. Let's build the next small step. Study mode means we go slowly on idea at a time, so here comes the next piece. Key idea 5. Not all adverbs end in li. We know this. This is important for beginners because many students think every adverb has li. But some very common adverbs do not end in li. Examples. Fast, he runs fast. Hard, he works hard. Well, he speaks English well. Late, they arrived late. These words still describe the action, but they just don't use the li ending. Let's practice the idea with a simple example. Your turn. In the sentence, with he drives fast, which word is adverb? Fast, of course, fast. What else? Okay, we can continue. Exactly. Fast is the adverb. You're doing great, Peter. Let's keep building the beginner lesson step by step. Key idea 6. Adverbs can answer different questions. We already looked at how something happens. Adverbs of manner. Now let's add the next simple category. Adverbs of time, when something happens. These adverbs tell us when the action happens. Examples now, today, yesterday, soon, later, tomorrow. Example sentence. She will call tomorrow. Here, tomorrow tells us when she will call. Let's practice this idea. In the sentence, he will arrive soon. Which word is the adverb? This is easy. Soon. Okay. Wait. F5. Soon. Perfect, Peter. Soon is the correct adverb. You're moving through the beginner lesson exactly the way study mode is designed, one idea at a time, and you're getting every step right. Let's continue building the foundation. Key idea 7. Adverbs of place. Where something happens. These adverbs tell us the location of the action. Common examples here, there, outside, inside, upstairs, everywhere. Example sentence. She looked outside. Here, outside tells us where she looked. Let's practice this idea with a simple example. In the sentence, they are waiting outside. Which word is the adverb outside? Okay, wait a minute. Can you see me? Yes, I hope so. Wait. 5. Outside. Yeah, exactly. Outside is the adverb. You're moving through the beginner lesson beautifully, Peter. Let's keep building the foundation step by step. Key idea 8. Adverbs of frequency. How often something happens. These adverbs tells us how often an action happens. They are extremely common in everyday English. Examples: always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. Example sentence. She always wakes up early. Here, always tells us how often she wakes up early. Let's practice this type. In the sentence, he never eats breakfast. Which word is an adverb? Never. To wait. Perfect. This is so interesting, people. What do you think about it? Never. Exactly. Never is the adverb. You're moving through the beginner lesson with perfect accuracy, Peter. Let's keep. Oi, don't Peter destroy anything again. Like the last time, the internet connection. Exactly. Never is the adverb. You're moving through the beginner lesson with perfect accuracy, Peter. Let's keep building the foundation step by step. Key idea 9. Adverbs can move around in a sentence. This is something beginners often don't realize. Look at this sentence. He usually eats breakfast. We can also say usually he eats breakfast on, or he eats breakfast usually. Less common but still correct. Adverbs are flexible. They can appear at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. But the meaning stays the same. Let's practice this idea with a simple example. Which of these sentences has the adverb in the middle? B option. You have to wait. Okay, you can see everything well. Okay, we have to wait. Okay, let's continue. Exactly, B is correct. You're identifying sentence position perfectly, Peter. Let's keep building the beginner lesson step by step. Key idea 10. Adverbs can describe four main things. By now, you've seen examples of all four. Verbs, she runs quickly. Adjectives, very tall. Other adverbs, really slowly. Whole sentences, unfortunately, I forgot. But for beginners, the most important is still adverbs describe actions, verbs. We'll keep practicing that skill before moving to the next level. Let's do one more simple practice before we continue. Your turn. Which word is the adverb in this sentence? She spoke clearly. This is easy. Clearly. We have to wait. Okay, we can continue. This is always stressing. Not stressing. It's not. I'm not nervous, people. Clearly, exactly. Clearly is the adverb. You're moving through the beginner lesson with perfect accuracy, Peter. Let's keep building the next small step. Key idea 11. Adverbs often come after the verb. For beginners, this is a very helpful pattern. Verb plus adverb. Examples: she speaks slowly. They work hard, he drives carefully, the dog barks loudly. This is not the only position, but it's the most common and the easiest to learn first. Let's practice this pattern with a simple example. Your turn. Which word is the verb and which is the adverb in this sentence? They laughed softly. Okay. This is easy. Verb plus adverb. She speaks slowly. Okay. Okay, the verb. Speaks. Laughed. And the adverb loudly. Okay. We can continue. Exactly right, Peter. Laughed is the verb and loudly is the adverb. You're identifying them with perfect accuracy. Let's keep building the beginner lesson step by step. Key idea 12. Adverbs often answer the question how. This is the most important beginner skill. When you see a sentence, ask how did the person do the action? She spoke, examples, she spoke clearly. How did she speak? They laughed loudly. How did they laugh? He drives carefully. How does he drive? The baby slept peacefully. How did the baby sleep? If the word answers how, it's usually an adverb. Let's practice this idea with one more simple example. In the sentence, she writes neatly answers these two things. The verb is writes. The adverb neatly. We have to wait. Okay, here is. Can you see it? Wait a minute. Yes, you can. The verb writes the adverb neatly. Okay, this is my answer. And Peter, don't be weird. We can continue. Perfect, Peter writes is the verb and neatly is the adverb. You're handling beginner level adverbs with complete accuracy. Let's build the next small step in the lesson. Key idea 13. Adverbs can also describe whole sentences. This is the last beginner idea before we review everything. Some adverbs don't describe how someone does an action. Instead, they describe the speaker's attitude about the whole sentence. Examples: Unfortunately, I lost my keys. Luckily, we arrived on time. Honestly, I don't know. Sadly, she couldn't come. These adverbs usually come at the beginning of the sentence. They don't describe a verb, they describe the whole situation. Let's practice this idea with a simple example. In the sentence, luckily, it didn't rain, which word is in adverb? This is easy. Okay, people, we can move to the next section. Oh, exactly, luckily is an adverb. You're handling every step of the beginner lesson with perfect accuracy, Peter. Now that we covered all the essential beginner ideas, let's bring everything together. Okay, I think the best idea is story, not this. This is boring, very boring. It's beginner review. Okay, we can read it. Yes, it's boring, but don't worry, don't worry. I want to read you a story. Don't worry, don't worry. I want to read you a story. Yeah, that's right. Beginner review. What? Oh, Peter, don't destroy everything again. Don't destroy. This is terrible. What are you doing? Don't do this. Okay. I have to fight with myself, but don't worry, everything will be okay. Okay, we can continue. Begin the review. What is an adverb? Here are the key points you've learned. Adverbs describe verbs. She speaks so slowly. He runs fast. Many adverbs end in "ly." Quickly, slowly, carefully, quietly. Some adverbs do not end in "ly." Fast, hard, well, late. Adverbs answer different questions. How? Slowly, loudly. When? Soon, today. Where? Outside, here. How often? Always, never. Odd adverbs can describe adjectives and other adverbs. Very tall, really slowly. Adverbs can describe whole sentences. Luckily, unfortunately. Adverbs can move in the sentence. Sometimes I walk, I sometimes walk, I walk sometimes. You've mastered all the beginner foundation. Before we move to intermediate level, I want to check one last thing. This is how study mode works. Final beginner check. Which word is the adverb in this sentence? Oh, intermediate level. Oh, I don't think so. This is a good idea. What's an intermediate level of it? Need to wait. Oh. Wait a minute. What's an intermediate level of it? I love that energy, but since we're study mode, I can't jump ahead and give you the whole intermediate lesson in one big block. I need to guide you step by step. So here what I can do right now. I'll give you a tiny preview of what intermediate adverbs mean, and then I'll ask a question so we can move forward to study mode away. Intermediate level. Preview only. At the intermediate level, we go deeper into things like different positions of adverbs, mid position, end position, front position, adverbs of degree, almost, nearly, quite, rather to, enough, comparative and superlative adverbs, faster, more quickly, most carefully, adverb and versus adjective confusion, good versus well, hard versus hardly, sentence adverb versus manner adverb differences, and but we won't jump into all of that. Advanced study mode means we build it slowly. Before we start intermediate level, I need one thing from you. Do you want to continue to intermediate level now? Oh, I've been streaming for 7 minutes. No, no, no. No, thank you. That's too much for now. Create a 500 word story inspired by my novel Viera, the Vampire Diary. The story has to be funny, crazy, satirical, interesting, and wild. Use a lot of funny, dialogues. Do not use something from my personal life, and use beginner level of adverbs in the story. Okay, we can wait for the last thing, that is funny 500 word story created by Microsoft Copilot, and it's funny and very useful for you because you can learn how adverbs look in the real English, and we have to wait for the story only. You have to wait. Everything works great. You have to wait some minutes. Wait a minute, people. Okay, here is F5. Yes, you can see it perfectly. Okay, Peter and people. Okay, we can continue. Now I want to read you a 500 word story created and generated by Microsoft Copilot. It was inspired by my novel Viera, the Vampire Diary. Let's start. No, thank you. That's too much for now. Create a 500 word story inspired by my novel Viera, the Vampire Diary. The story has to be funny, crazy, satirical, interesting, and wild. Use a lot of funny, wild dialogues. Do not use something from my personal life. Use beginner level of adverbs in the story. Okay, we can start. Here we go, Peter. A 500 word funny, crazy, satirical, wild story inspired by the energy of Viera, the Vampire Diary, but without using anything from your personal life. And yes, I'll keep beginner level adverbs for the adverbs lesson you just mastered. Viera and the very confused Vampire Council. 500 words comedy story with wild dialogue and beginner adverbs. Vera the vampire girl woke up very suddenly in her tiny coffin apartment. She opened her eyes slowly, looked around carefully, and said, "Why is everything shaking so loudly?" The answer arrived immediately. "Vera, open the door!" shouted a voice outside. Vera sighed. "Oh no! It's the Vampire Council again!" She opened the door reluctantly, and three Asian vampires fell inside dramatically. The leader, Count Grumbler, the extremely tired, stood up slowly and pointed at her. "Vera," he said seriously, you are in big trouble." "Why?" she asked innocently. "You wrote another diary entry," he said, "and you posted it on the internet again." Vera blinked. "Yes, and?" The second council member, Lady Draculina, the overly dramatic, gasped loudly. "You wrote that we drink tomato juice. Tomato juice. Do you know how embarrassing that is?" Vera shrugged. "Well, you do," Draculina screamed. "But nobody must know." The third council member, Sir Battington, the confused, raised his hand slowly. "I have a question," he said. "What is the internet?" Everyone ignored him. Count Grumbler continued. "Vera, you must stop writing your diary. You must read it. They laugh. They think we are silly." Vera smiled proudly. "Good, because you are silly." The council gasped again, the time even louder. Draculina pointed at her dramatically. "We demand a punishment." Sir Battington raised his head again. I still want to know what the internet is." Vera crossed her arms. "Fine. What is my punishment? Do I clean the bed cakes again? Do I polish the old coffins? Do I listen to Grumbler's long speeches?" Grumbler coughed. "My speeches are very important." "No, they are very boring," Vera said. The council whispered angrily among themselves. Finally, Grumbler spoke. "Your punishment is, you must attend the unusual vampire respectability parade." Vera stared at him. "The parade where you walk slowly in a straight line and say nothing?" "Yes," Grumbler said proudly. That parade is terrible," Vera said. "Last year someone fell asleep while walking." "That was me," Sir Paddington said quietly. Vera shook her head. "No, I refuse. I will not walk slowly. I will not be boring. I will not pretend to be respectable." Draculina gasped again. "Then what will you do?" Vera grinned mischievously. "I will make my own parade." The council froze. "What kind of parade?" Grumbler asked nervously. "A fun parade," Vera said. "With music, with dancing, with flying bats wearing sunglasses, with vampires who laugh loudly and run quickly and live freely." So Sir Battington clapped happily. "I want to join that parade." Draculina shook her head. "This is chaos." Vera smiled. "Exactly." And that night, under the bright full moon, Vera led the first Vampire Chaos parade. They danced wildly, they shouted joyfully, they flew badly but proudly, and humans watched from their windows, laughing happily. The Vampire Council tried to stop it. They failed immediately, because even they started dancing. If you want, I can write another chapter, make it longer, or turn it into a mini-series. No Microsoft Copilot, that's it. Okay, people, that's it for this episode. In this episode, it was very funny situation with the internet connection when I moved with my notebook and my LAN cable escaped from the live stream. But don't worry, the regular episode is okay. Just follow me everywhere. Peter, don't be nervous. Follow me everywhere. What I wanted to tell you. Peter, you said that people follow me. Yes, that's true. And follow my YouTube, read my novel, Viera the Vampire Diary. And I want to tell you, I'm going to end this episode. And yes, I can read you my slogan again. Yes, the slogan, of course. What else? Where is the slogan? Where is the slogan? Here is. Learn English, be successful, change your life. Open a lot of doors. Create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. And this is the end of this episode. Bye bye.